I'm Josh Ebner. Welcome to the PSEG Long Island Home Comfort Whole House Heat Pump Solutions training series. As a Home Comfort partner, you'll find this series an invaluable guide for learning how to maximize customer savings and rebates when installing a cold climate whole house heat pump system. In this segment, my colleague Alex Valentino from Commercial Services will help us review commercial rebates available for business customers who install a heat pump system.
So good morning, everyone. Thank you, Josh, for that very informative presentation. My name is Alex Valentino, and I'm the manager of PSEG Long Island's Commercial Efficiency Programs. I left my contact info up there in case you have any questions after. Today, I just wanted to give a quick high-level, kind of overview of our commercial HVAC program. So while the residential program is primarily focused on the heat pumps, for commercial, we still are processing the older cooling and gas-heated unitary HVAC units. So I figured the best way to start, and introduce a lot of you guys to the program is to kind of go through the process that a project would go through. So the first thing you'll notice is obviously we'll need to receive an application and a bunch of required documents to create a project for you. So the first thing is submit the required documents to our commercial email address. So that is cepli@pseg.com. Or we also have a partner portal OLA, which is similar, it's the same spot as if you're using the Home Comfort OLA. Some of the required documents is obviously a signed application by the customer. And a difference between the commercial and residential programs is for commercial on the application, you need to initial pages 2 to 4, which are your terms and conditions, guidelines, and a little required document checklist. We also need an Excel workbook, which will be filled out with, the information of both your existing system as well as your proposed system. We require cut sheets of the new and existing equipment. Cut sheets of the new equipment is important. We can also accept the HRI documents, HRI documents, and cut sheets of the existing equipment is extremely important. Sometimes it's hard to find a lot of these older units that are, 15, 20, 30 years old. But the more information we have on the existing equipment, the higher your rebate will be. We request a proposal or quote, usually signed by the customer, kind of stating the scope of the project. The W-9 of the business who is getting the rebate. It could be either the contractor if you choose to assign the rebate to yourself, or the W-9 of the customer. And we'll dive into a little bit later, but we also have, similar to the whole house program, we have a whole small business, whole building air source heat pump program. So if we are going to dive into one of those projects, we'll need some sort of load calculation, usually a manual N. We can also accept, PE stamp drawings, like with load calculations on that as well. So once you submit the project, my team, which is you'll be reaching out, someone will reach out to you, one of my 10 energy consultants, and they will look to schedule a pre-inspection with you. So for commercial, we are required to do a pre-inspection prior to the removal of your existing equipment. And again, that existing equipment is very important in determining the rebate. So if the equipment was removed before we get out there, or there's no proof of the equipment, the rebate will be lower. So once we do the pre-inspection and we review all of your documents, you, the contractor, as well as the customer, will receive a pre-approval letter from our energy consultant that will state the rebate value. At this point, the installation of the new unit can begin. Once you've installed the new equipment, we would like you to submit your closing documents. So closing documents consist of the project completion certificate and the invoice. The project completion certificate can be located on our PSEG Long Island website. And if you can't find it, just send us an email to cepli@pseg.com, and we can forward you over a copy as well. And then the final step of the project is the post-inspection. So once again, we'll provide, one of our representatives will go out, perform a post-inspection to ensure that the correct unit was installed as was pre-approved, make sure the customer's happy, and then once we get all that, the rebate should be paid shortly after. So I'm going to dive into some of the eligibility. I put most of this information up there. So as you see, we still rebate air conditioning in the commercial side. So this includes our package terminal air conditioners, our ductless mini split air conditioners, and our normal unitary air conditioners. There's a minimum efficiency requirement for a new unit, as you'll see in one of the later columns, as well as the rebates. So once again, our rebates, they're not a per ton rebate. we decided in order to kind of help out, some of the programs and really give higher rebates for some of these great projects that we wanted to do $1 per kWh savings. So essentially that means the higher SEER unit you install, the higher rebate you're going to get. The lower SEER unit you remove, the higher rebate you're going to get. So that's why once we get to these 20-year-old units, it's really important to find something. We can talk to Train or Carrier, any of the manufacturers that might have information on it. Sometimes a Google search works, but we need to find the SEERs and the IPLVs of a lot of these older units, and that tends to be the struggle. We have a very wide source of heat pump products that we rebate. So we have our packaged terminal heat pumps, just our normal air-cooled heat pumps, and we even have water source heat pumps, which I don't think people take advantage of as much, but I do see water source heat pumps, being installed more and more, especially in larger buildings. Continuing on with the heat pumps, we have our mini splits. So we have two sections here. We have our ductless mini split heat pumps, our ductless mini split cold climate heat pumps, and our ducted cold climate heat pumps. So again, the only change between the two groups in terms of the rebates is that the new efficiency requirements. And of course, if you are going to use a cold climate heat pump, it works the same way as the residential program, where it must appear on the NEEP cold climate list. We also have rebates for our VRF systems, both for air-cooled and water source. And a newer addition to our programs is our small business whole building heat pump program. So the rules for this program, we try to mimic it as closely as we could to the residential whole house program. So it's the same situation where we'll need the manual N, just like you need manual J. The heat pump is required to be on the NEEP cold climate list, and there's the existing heat source restrictions where if you either need to remove the existing heat or install an integrated control. The rebates are also the same. We have our new construction, existing oil, no CAC, and all others. And so that's what we currently are offering for the commercial program. I recommend that if you have a project, please reach out to us. We would love to, sit down with you guys and go through the first couple with you. We can go through live projects with you guys. We set up, a virtual call, and hopefully once we get back into the regular swing of things, we'll reopen our open house on Fridays. That's always a good source of coming in for questions. In addition, I also just wanted to mention that we are working on a multifamily program. So if you do have a multifamily program that you're looking to install heat pumps in, reach out to us. We currently do it under our custom commercial program, and in the future, we'll be planning to release an application for that, a standalone application for that as well.
Thanks for watching. To see this whole series and to access additional helpful program content, be sure to visit us often at PSEGLINY.com.